Hey, what's your name, man?
What's up, man? My name is Diego Garcia. Nice to
Diego,
meet
nice
you.
to meet you. Nice to
Like,
meet
I
you.
forgot my name.
It's okay.
Yeah, man, it's been a long weekend, dude.
I can imagine.
Yeah.
Yesterday was even nice. How was Friday? I haven't been there.
Oh, it was great. The same turnout was awesome. The feedback was awesome on both days.
Wow.
But the podcast really helped on Saturday. It brought out the character in people,
Of course.
which was pretty cool. You know, like it was fun. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Especially
like,
the beer they have, beer today, beer tomorrow.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
It's pretty
They
cool.
got some good craft beer. Those guys are about it, man. They know their stuff. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
cool.
what's this one right here?
This piece is called Stay With Me, and it's a piece that to me represents vulnerability. This one and this one are from a collection that I did back in 2015, my first solo show, and it represented the innocence and beauty of childhood that we often forget as adults, you know? It's so easy as you get older to kind of get caught up in yourself and your life, and you forget how beautiful it is to just play. And I remember a time when I used to play in the grass with my shoes off, and that was the coolest thing that anyone could ever do. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
definitely.
The fun, serendipitous moments of life that we forget are there. And this piece represents vulnerability. It's a piece that to me kind of speaks out to that idea of vulnerability. When we're adults and we grow up, vulnerability is like, ugh, I don't want to be vulnerable. We put up walls. And vulnerability is a sign of weakness, and we don't show anybody that vulnerable side. It's embarrassing almost to some people as we get older. But I remember a time being taken out of the shower and dried off and dressed and tucked into bed at night was a very vulnerable thing, but at the same time a very beautiful thing. It was a very beautiful thing to feel protected, you know? And people don't want that, you know, sometimes. And I feel like it's sociological, and it's also what culture and adulthood does to us, and sometimes we have to unlearn some of that. Strip ourselves away from that and relearn for ourselves. That's what I try to do with these pieces. I love what I do. I advocate for kids all the time. I truly believe in nurturing the kids on the future, and that's what this show is for. You know, that's what I try to do. This piece is the same thing, advocating for children, and it represents perspective. You know, like the world gets so small. It's smaller and smaller as you get older and older and older, and social media makes that process even faster. You know. Yeah. It's crazy. I could FaceTime somebody in Hawaii like right now if I really wanted to. You know?
Definitely, yeah.
It's wild, but I remember as a kid the biggest part of the world was the top of a swing set. You know, like the highest peak in the swing set. The best part, you know,
of
like,
the swing set.
And you get that high, you felt like the world was huge. Yeah. You know, it's about perspective, and that's what it was. It was really fun, man. It was really fun to just put myself in that mindset again. It helped me appreciate things. And then a friend of mine actually bought a painting from there. Long story short, really believed in what I do. He's a great friend of mine. And he's like, dude, like, what can I do for you to help? Like anything, money, anything. I said, dude, you bought a painting, just be my eyes and ears. He lived off Lexington in Manhattan, so he was just my eyes and ears on the streets, you know?
Yeah.
Long story short, in a nutshell, he's showing this lady my painting at a bar. He's like, oh, look at this piece that I bought. She's a talent. He's a talent. He's the next big thing kind of thing. They call him the Michael Jackson of art on Long Island, and all this whole fun story. And she ran a charity board for a company that was responsible for hosting charity events for a homeless shelter for children, the Covenant House, New York.
All right.
Reached out to me, we love what you do, this whole spiel, and they said they wanted to fund my next solo show. They wanted a new collection of work, which is this. And this was a piece that represents a window into the realm of an introverted child, into the realm of an abused child, any kind of child, the mind of a child, I guess, you know?
Yeah.
And it goes into the piece that I did for the collection that I did for that show. This piece is called Drift, and this show was more speaking for advocacy for children. And this is like an uninspired child. This is a piece that represents the child that doesn't know how to find himself creatively, and he doesn't have the role model or the influence to do so. And he's just left floating in a sea of untapped potential. And if we don't advocate for our kids to do that and learn, that might stay permanent, you know? Yeah. So it was a deeper sense for me as a painter to do this. And this piece is just in the same realm. It represents sleep. Some kids, you know, these homeless children from the Covenant House, or any child that doesn't really know themselves or understand things, the only solace that they have is a good night's sleep. That's the only thing they really understand, you know? Yeah. They can escape through sleep. And this is like an aura trying to compensate for the crib that she might have never had, you know?
Yeah.
And this, something told me, something spoke to me to kind of just push some color behind her. And it kind of could be a landscape, the city skyline or something, her sleeping on a street somewhere or something. And she's trying to cover her face from the light or something, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, it was a lot of just emotional things trying to push these thoughts forward and say, look out for that so you can help, so you could be the change, you know? And we have this piece in here, which is the final piece of that collection, and it's called Pressure. And it's the weight of the world falling on a child for the first time, you know? The first time some dramatic moment happens to a kid, and it makes them realize the world is bigger than they thought it was 5 seconds ago. You know, we all have it. As adults, we all know we had that one big moment, like, whoa, that changed my life forever. But we don't talk about it. We don't talk about it. We don't tell people about it. We don't, you know what I'm saying? And this is me trying to advocate for that. If we understand that moment is real, and we can hopefully start telling our kids that might happen, and you might gotta be ready for it, you know?
Yeah.
You know, be the future, you know. So it's been a journey, and I truly do believe in what I do. And Michael Jackson, his voice, his message was, if you want to make the world a better place, take a look at yourself and make a change. And I truly believe that. These pieces are my man in the mirror. They're my heal the world. They're my, you know, my earth song. So I have fun with that message, and I play with it a lot. And these pieces over here are newer, and they're kind of my rock with you, my PYT, my Billie Jean, you know? It's when I want to dance, you know what I mean? It's when I want to feel good and get some energy out and talk to some of my idols that I reflect on and really have a good time doing them. I was in an Andy Warhol tribute show that was really cool. I kind of put myself in the mindset of Andy, and I said, how would he be painting if he was my age? I'm 23, and I started doing graffiti at 13, and I know spray paint. And how would he act? How would he paint if he saw spray paint and street art being a prominent thing in modern art, you know? Yeah. So I had fun with it. I really had fun with just making fun color choices and stuff, you know? It was a good I'm the biggest Michael Jackson fan.
Yeah, I heard that.
We talked about it yesterday, man. I said, you guys gotta stop, because I'll talk about it forever. I could keep going on and on and on. And this is an artist named Grimes. She's just a killer girl. She's just killer to look at, and her music is very interesting and stuff. So this is where I'm at now. I'm kind of learning the balance between all of the aspects that I know and love. And my grandfather used to always say there's two things that matter more than anything. The most important two things you'll ever have to understand is who are you and what do you believe in. He would ask me that all the time when I was like 7, as long as I can remember. He would stop what he was doing. Who are you? I said, my name is Diego Garcia. He'd say, what do you believe? And I'd say something silly like, I believe in moonwalking and Billie Jean. And I'd say something silly. And he'd say, no, really, what do you believe in? And he'd just leave that question. And he'd laugh and like continue on with the story. But I see what he was trying to do.
But let you like sit and meditate. Like,
what
question is.
Yeah, that's what he wanted me to do. Just leave that, sit on that. You know, sit on it and think. And now I realize that's what he was trying to do. And that's what I try to do with my work, answer those questions every time. Those two questions are, every painting I start with those two questions. Who are you and what do you believe in? And that might change. That was his point, that right now it might be something, I believe in Michael and I believe in what he stood for. I believe in Ali and what he stood for. I believe in the children and advocating for a better future, you know? Yeah. So that's what it is for me. It's just, that's me. I'm just constantly trying to answer those two questions every chance I get, you know?
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, nice meeting you. Love your art.
Thank you, man. I
beer
appreciate
today,
it, bro.
beer tomorrow.
Yeah.
And come check this out, man. Where can we find you?
You can find me on Instagram at DiegoAGC, DIEGOAGC. That's where I'm most active. Facebook and all that. All the links are on the Instagram page. So my website as well is up there. So yeah, keep in touch, man. That's cool meeting you, dude.
Nice meeting you too, man.
Yeah. I don't know if
have a good one.
The camera.